everybody for joining Cooks on Main. This is our new feature. We're going to try to do this every other week with one of our wonderful partners that help support not only Cooks on Main, but other small businesses throughout the state. We are really excited to have Bully Brew here as our first partner that we're going to do our vendor highlight. And so we have Sandy and Becky here today. And so I'm just going to turn it over them to do a little quick introduction. So Sandy, I know you own Bully Brew. If you want to do a little intro, and Becky, how you became part of the business.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for having us. This is fun. We love to be the first. So we're honored. I am Sandy Luck, and I have owned Bully Brew Coffee for 13 years. Before that, I owned a couple of coffee kiosks. So I've been in the coffee world for about 15 or 16 years. Love coffee. People always ask, how did you get into it? And I said, I love coffee. Like, I don't really know how I got into it. Honestly, I was driving through the coffee kiosk and I would go there every day. I worked at UND and I needed my caffeine. I love how it made me feel. I love the comfort, the warmth. And so I said, you know what? Let's do this. Let's try this when it was for sale. So, then it all started from there. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And I'm Becky Rice. I'm the Chief Sales Officer for North Dakota Coffee Roastery, which is actually the roastery that does all of the brewing for Bully Brew Coffee. In addition, I get to work with over 128 wholesale customers throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, Indiana, Nebraska. So that's kind of what I get to do. I get to help share North Dakota coffee with people across the Midwest.
And obviously, Bully Brew Coffee is one of the roasts that we create in the North Dakota Coffee Roastery.
Yes, and I appreciate that you guys explained that. So Sandy, I didn't know 13 years. I actually owned Cooks on Main now for 13 years. So we're kind of on that same path, and I am a huge coffee snob as well. I actually was a coffee buyer for a corporation before I came back to North Dakota. So I know good coffee when I see good coffee, and we are so excited to be offering an assortment of Bully Brew through the North Dakota Roastery here at Cooks on Main. You can see behind, we have our first lineup of you guys. So we have the Bully Brew, we've got the Cowboy, Sunrise, Ufta, because who doesn't need a little Ufta to get you started in the morning? And then what I love is you guys actually do these wonderful partnerships with universities. So we have 2 for UND. I get that you're in Grand Forks, so I'll give you that. And then we have our NDSU. Woo woo, go Bison. I'm heading to the game this weekend, and you can see I'm an NDSU grad. So love that partnership. And then you've got the beautiful tin. We'll talk a little bit later, but you guys do these partnerships with universities across kind of the Midwest. I know you have a partnership with Botno as well. So tell us a little bit about those specific roasts and what that program does. So I'm going to kind of come up. You guys can see this a little bit closer in the corner. But this is the Champions Brew, which I love actually from UND as well. So tell us a little bit about that partnership.
Sure. So the partnerships with the university actually started with the University of North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
I was a professor there for several years, so I will say that there had a little bit to do with that.
Exactly.
And said we would love to partner with a local business. So we became the official coffee roaster for the University of North Dakota. And that was, I'm going to say, at least 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
With them, then we connect with them so that, they serve it, with their alumni. We can also sell it to many of our customers. But it's been a really good partnership. After that, it started. NDSU called us next and said, hey, wait a minute, why does UND have one and we don't?
Exactly.
So my brother played for NDSU. So I felt like, okay, I have a connection with the athletics. I can go there, have, this conversation. We went there, did the tasting, same thing. We became the official coffee roaster for NDSU. And then after that, Becky came on board and just continued that path.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We've picked up a few more schools since then. We now are working with Northland. We are with Botno, Dakota College up in Botno. And then we just recently started working with Valley City. So the Vikings They're going to have their own coffee bags soon, and we'll see who's next. We're definitely, education is huge. Sandy and I both have a history with education, and so it's the perfect combination. It continues to support those schools and continues with our love of coffee too.
So any of you Tetons, WSC people watching in Williston, you should be reaching out to them because it is a great partnership. And I love that combination. You're supporting education, you're supporting the alumni. And of course, as a North Dakota company, we love to see that continue to grow. So that has been really fun. On a marketing stance, I always get this question. So I'm going to pull up one of your Bully Brews. And we've got this cute little mascot here. Who is this and how did you come up with the logo?
Yes. So Elvis was mine. Elvis has been gone for about a little over 2 years now, but Elvis is the mascot. He was the funniest, warmest, just coolest bulldog ever. And since then, I have now Izzy and Ella, so they continue in my household. They continue to lay on the couch and, do all the things that bulldogs do. And so Elvis became a part of it because honestly, when I first had the coffee kiosks, they were called Mountain Muds. They were actually a franchise out of Montana.
Okay.
When I was asked to go into a brick and mortar, I was like, this doesn't make sense to have Mountain Muds. In North Dakota, we have no mountains. So I put it on my social media and I said, hey, everyone, help me out. I need a name for this coffee shop because mountains do not fit. So a contractor, a construction guy who is a friend of ours, actually sent in a message and said, hey, every time you put your bulldog online, you get hundreds of likes because people love that dog. So name it Bully Brew Coffee. Boom, that's what it was.
Perfect. And I know friends who have bulldogs, they are quite the character, and all of our four-legged friends definitely add a love into our lives that we just, always enjoy. So I was very excited to see that. So as a question, we get a lot of people, if you are going to gift one of your brews that's kind of an everyday brew for everybody that could, something that you may not know what they like, if they're a dark roast or a light roast, what is your go-to gifting brand or brew from the Bully Brew?
So I would say, sorry if our roaster is going at the same time. So if you can hear that.
I love it. It's real life. This is what it's like as a small business owner. Things are happening.
Absolutely. It's happening as we speak. So probably the most popular is the Cowboy Blend. And you have that one, right?
We do. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's a little history to this. When I bought Columbia Road Coffee Co., that's where the first roaster was. And the owner was Sarah. There's actually 3 owners of that location, Volras, Sarah, and myself. And it has been open for over 35 years. And it's the oldest coffee shop in the state of North Dakota. So yeah, that's cool.
Love that.
And so when I took over from Sarah, she helped roast, and she's a phenomenal young woman. She taught me and gave me recipes that have been happening since they started. And that was one of them. So Columbia Road Coffee Co. was known really for that Cowboy Blend. We've continued it. It's the same exact recipe. We're very proud of it. And it's probably one of the most popular. It's one of the ones that we usually suggest if someone isn't really a coffee snob. Yep. If they're a coffee snob, we'll push you more towards that Brazilian coffee or Ethiopian or a blend that we've created that is fantastic.
I agree. When we demo the coffee, the Cowboy Brew last week in store, serious hit with all of our wonderful coffee drinkers. And so it just has that unique profile. It's got a great aroma. It's got great balance. It has great mouthfeel. So you feel like you're really having a wonderful start to your morning. So I'm not surprised that that is one of your top. So kind of changing. I'm not a flavored coffee person, but it is PLS season, pumpkin spice lattes. Everybody loves them. What is your personal fall favorite drink?
I think I'm going to take it.
Yep.
So right now we actually have our Fireside Vanilla. It's available only during the fall months, and it is phenomenal. It's amazing, just black. And then in that late afternoon, when I need a little bit of a dessert in my day, you could add a little bit of cream, and it is absolutely amazing. It's cinnamon and vanilla, and it is everything fall.
So Cooks on Main people watching, stay tuned for that because that's going to obviously be coming in. It sounds wonderful. And it's kind of that season. You just want to have that nice cup of something to kind of warm you up. If you're sitting and reading your favorite book on the weekend, as we start to go into fall and it gets colder outside, I definitely know our clients are looking for something exciting to try. So that will be coming.
But let me tell you, in the holiday time,
yes,
I will prep you for this.
Yes.
We have what's called Scrooge's Blend. You guys, this is phenomenal. And I'm sorry that we named it Scrooge's Blend. I almost feel bad about that because it sounds like it's a mean, grumpy person.
It should be like Jolly Saint Nick.
It's so wonderful. And whenever we serve that, people absolutely love it. So during the holiday season, we'll have Scrooge's Blend and Holiday Blend. Both are phenomenal. But yeah, that Scrooge's Blend is beautiful.
So that will be fun and exciting to watch for as we head into the season. So we love to shop locally. So it's been really awesome to see you guys be part of the Cooks on Main kind of North Dakota section that we have now. And we'd love to have you guys come out and visit sometime. But one thing, when we were doing a little research on the business, you guys do this North Dakota Coffee School. What is that? Tell me a little bit about that.
So, well, you can see that we purchased this large, beautiful roaster along with this large, beautiful 27,000 square foot warehouse about a year ago, a little over a year ago. We needed to because we just continued to grow. So that was exciting for us. When we first walked into this building, before I purchased it, we had looked at things and said, what are our dreams that we want to do? And coffee school was one of them. When we work with our clientele, with our coffee wholesale clients who own coffee shops or restaurants, it is probably just our motherly instinct to take care of them, make sure that they're doing okay, connect with them and say, what can we do to help you? Also, what can we teach you to make this better? Because, just like any business, if the business that we're selling to is doing well, we're going to be doing well because we're selling that. So we want to continue to help them out. Well, that's where North Dakota Coffee School came to play. We had a lot of coffee shop owners that said, I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing great. And with all honesty, coffee shops have a very, very small profit margin. It's not large. So very small, very small. So if your numbers are not correct, if you don't figure out the correct percentage of cost of goods or salaries or understanding how to negotiate those leases, you're going to struggle. It's not, we all say, oh, I would love to own a coffee shop. And I was one of them, like long ago. I would love to own a coffee shop. And then you get into the numbers aspect and you're like, oh, shoot. So that's what we teach. We teach the business piece. We also do the barista piece, all that fun stuff. But
I love it.
It's really our goal to teach others so that they can be successful.
I think that is so amazing, Sandy and Becky. I've been in retail for almost 25 years now with a corporate background to begin with. And it is, as small businesses, it is so great to see those individuals that have that entrepreneurship kind of drive, and they want to own something and they want to give back to their community. But there's a lot of pieces, and there isn't really a great school to figure it out. It's kind of the school of hard knocks. You kind of figure it out by learning. So it is so great to see other women-owned businesses and businesses supporting other people in the industry, because when we all do better, we all grow. And that's what I love with working with other North Dakota businesses, and especially women-owned businesses like Bully Brew, because it's about giving back and really helping all of us do better. So I just really appreciate you guys' time. If you wanted to say one more thing, maybe about something that's upcoming or something you guys are excited about, we would love to give you guys that time before we let you go, because I know how busy we all are. And we really look forward to our continued partnership throughout this year.
Well, first of all, thank you so much again for having us on. I think this is great. you know, in the future, we're actually redoing our bullybrew.coffeehouse.com, that website right now. And also along with that, the ND Coffee Roastery website. So I plan to do some videos on there of how-tos. We're hoping to, educate people about small business, but also give some tips and tricks on successes that we've had within the coffee shop. So I would say pay attention to not only our social media, but also the different websites. For us, just like you said, in a small business, it's, I understand not everybody can purchase, but gosh, like and share those posts because that means so much to all of us as a small business.
It does. It's like gives you a little hug. And so we will definitely include Cooks on Main followers. We're going to include all of those sites as soon as they get launched. I'm sure Becky will let me know and we will share that because we want to really put our arms around the rest of North Dakota and make sure that they are getting the exposure they deserve. Because while we're from a very small state, the quality of products that not only North Dakota Roastery is putting out, but what they're putting out under the Bully Brew is top notch. And we're so excited to be offering that here in Western North Dakota.
Thank you.
Yes, exciting.
Yeah, I think the only other last thing I'd say is you maybe not have noticed this, but it is all women around here. So I think we have one or two, maybe two guys now within all of our companies. So we have 7 coffee shops. One is a coffee tap house, and then the roastery, and then as leaders, there's only 2 men. And so I think we're hitting like 52 people altogether. We are not choosing just to have women. Like we are always excited when a man comes and applies. But as of right now, doing the roasting and packaging, it's an incredible team of women. And I guess, I would tell any woman, try to create and develop something if you have the ambition and the need to open up your own company. Go for it, because there is a lot of support and there's a lot of women business owners. And I love that you're doing this because I think that sometimes, maybe we don't realize how many women business owners there are. We need to cheer for that,
Exactly. Women lifting up women. I want to thank you guys both today for coming in and sharing your story. We're so excited to have you in. And we look forward to what Bully Brew and North Dakota Roastery has going forward. So thanks everybody for watching today. And I hope you learned a little bit. If you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at cooksonmain.com. And we will be sure, if I don't know the answer, to reach out to Becky and Sandy to get that for you guys. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next episode at Cooks on Main.